Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about Trump's recent success with diplomacy on the Korean Peninsula, and more specifically, the leftists and their crying and whining about it. You see, President Trump has played an integral part in securing a long-awaited peace treaty between North and South Korea. The peninsula has been divided and having a standoff of sorts for almost 60 years. Maybe even more than that, depending on who you ask. North Korea, of course, has been siding with China and the communists, and South Korea is with America, democracy, and capitalism. And well, despite a couple of recent scares about North Korean missiles reaching America last fall, well, according to a new treaty the country signed last week, both Koreas have agreed to denuclearize, and even to work towards an eventual unification of the peninsula. This is big, guys. Huge. World-changing news, even. And it's even bigger deal for the United States since Trump was a big part of this. And of course, seeing Trump succeed once again has really got the liberals butthurt. We're gonna go over this whole Korean story today. We're gonna talk about the new treaty and Trump's role in making it happen. And we're also gonna go over some hot takes coming from the left, who just can't sit back and take an L here, apparently. It must really hurt to know Trump helped end this conflict that started way back in the 1950s. And on top of that, even the South Korean leader himself said Trump deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for this. That's right. We're gonna go over all this and more today, so let's go ahead and get started. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Virtual Shield. Did you know your home, business, or commercial internet routers record and store all your browsing data? Even if you're using incognito mode, your web browsing history can still be recorded by your routers and whatever your devices are connected to. So imagine going to Starbucks to have a nice cup of coffee and maybe check your email. You may be surprised to find out that Starbucks gets to keep all your browsing activity while logging your IP address. They can identify who you are and what you're privately viewing on your electronic device. So it's funny, most people don't even care or think this is possible, but it is. And I say that's a pretty big violation of our privacy. So that's why I personally choose to use the world's most trusted VPN service, Virtual Shield. And for those who don't know, VPNs are virtual private networks that basically funnel your internet signature through Virtual Shield's secure servers. That way companies and the government can't track you and your internet information. And Virtual Shield added a new safety feature, which gives users the ability to block access to their device's cameras and microphones. That means no more spying on you, no more government listening into your convos. So I think it's pretty clear that your only real protection is using a world-class VPN service like Virtual Shield. That's why I highly recommend them. Thanks Virtual Shield for keeping my internet history private and secure. Great, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to today's story. Let's start with a comment I found on Reddit that pretty much encapsulates the whole left versus right on this situation right now, as far as it's related to the Korean story. An angry leftist user on there writes this first. This is not true at all. Think that all you want, but as an expat in Korea, there's no talk of Trump being the reason for peace in the peninsula. The president of South Korea gave credit to China and the US for their support during this historic times, but after the impeachment of Park Geun-hye, Koreans are all well aware of the buffoon in the US and are happy to keep him out of the country and the news. Well, we can see this guy's pretty biased, clearly. Sounds like the kind of guy who wouldn't give Trump credit no matter what, no matter how good he does. Trump could have marched in and liberated North Korea himself with his bare hands, and this guy would still whine about it and not give him the credit. There is a funny part in there where he mentions the South Korean president, how he did give credit to China and the US for their support, but somehow he uses his own liberal snowflake mental gymnastics to spin his way out of this. But in reality, if someone is crediting the US for helping, it's because of what Trump has done here, plain and simple.
We have gone forward with a clear vision and a righteous mission to make America great again for all Americans.
Next, the user I'm Very Hungry replies with this singer, saying, adorable, then quoting the original comments part saying, there's no talk of Trump being the reason for peace in the peninsula, followed by, your cognitive dissonance is showing, after which he links to an article which specifically shows the South Korean president thanking Trump for his help, even suggesting he get the fucking Nobel Peace Prize. Woof. Not looking good for the leftists here. In fact, this expat in Korea is about to go off on this guy like an enraged ex-girlfriend. Are you guys ready to see this shit? Check this response out. And you are a legit fucking moron. Why, you ask? Because time, you fucking moron. Who is this guy? Who's he think he is? Sounds like Undoomed over here with all the fucking morons.
Hey moron! Fucking moron!
He goes on, look at when I made the comment, you fucking moron. If you can't realize why that is relevant, you fucking moron, I'll explain it to you. I'm assuming you can't, fucking moron. My comment was written almost 1 day ago, you fucking moron. The article in this recent news was announced much later, you fucking moron. So unless you expect people to see into the future, take your cognitive dissonance and shove it up your fucking moron. Also, considering the Nobel Peace Prize has been looked at as an absolute joke by right-wingers since Obama received it, it's no biggie to award it to Trump. But you being an absolute fucking moron and and being unable to read time correctly will probably think it's the greatest since being called a fucking moron. And the translation of Moon's comment were skewed by the media. The Korean translates to, Trump can have the Nobel Peace Prize. All we want is peace. This dude is playing on Trump's need to have his ego massaged. And it's working flawlessly. And all you orange dumpster supporters eat it up. Yet he is nowhere to be found during the Korean summit and only directly pressured China to invoke sanctions on North Korea if they didn't denuclearize. So it's just morons like yourself thinking Trump did so much when, in actuality, the guy who should receive all the credit for making peace realistic is Moon himself. Absolute fucking moron. Like how he throws one more in there for good measure. Anyway, this guy's clearly losing his mind over this. The Trump derangement syndrome is strong in this one. And also, Trump's success here is pretty undeniable. That's why these lefties are losing their fucking shit. And which one is it, dude? Is the orange dumpster a stupid egotistical child who needs his ego stroked so he doesn't ruin things for the grown-ups? Or is he a diabolical evil genius who wants to exterminate minorities and nuke the world with his Nazi pal Putin? You really gotta pick one of these or the other. Both can't be true, but I swear to God, you hear leftists say both sides all the time, every day. It's pretty goddamn inconsistent and actually very stupid. I also love how this guy goes on to mock the Nobel Peace Prize, saying the right said it was a joke when Obama got it. And, well, that's because it was a joke when Obama got it. Barack Hussein Obama didn't do anything to deserve it. He didn't bring peace to Korea or Chicago or anywhere else. Obama was a weak, lame duck president who coasted through his 8 years, based on people liking him for being black. But the thing is, if the Nobel Peace Prize goes to Trump now, he will deserve it. He's done something monumental, which the world has been hoping for decades. Don't underestimate how significant peace in Korea is, guys. This is the end of a long era of tensions there. It's been going on since World War II, through the Cold War, and up until just now, with the treaty being signed last week in April 2018. So I say yes, people should consider giving Trump a peace prize for this. It will be well deserved, and awarding it to him will bring back the prestige to the Nobel Peace Prize system. Prestige which it partly lost and floundered when they gave it to Obama for no reason.
Yes, I think the Republican nominee is unfit to serve as president. I said so last week, and he keeps on proving it. The notion that he would attack a Gold Star family.
Before we go today, let's turn back to Twitter and see what else is developing with this story. Just a few minutes ago, as I was writing this, a news break came out that handed another win to Trump on this Korean situation. North Korea has reportedly agreed to release all its US prisoners as a sign of good faith here. This is another huge win, not only for Trump, but for the United States and the people. North Korea is finally actually ready to play ball with the rest of America and the international community. And these continued accomplishments are only getting more and more people to suggest Trump should get the Peace Prize, including this tweet from Diane Black saying, "Honored to formally nominate Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize for his work to broker peace between North and South Korea." Diane is a candidate for governor in Tennessee, and she and 18 other lawmakers are also moving to formally nominate Trump. It's all happening, folks. The Trump train is truly never going to stop, at least for his full 8 years in office, that's for sure.
We're going to win with trade. We're going to win with health. We're going to win at so many levels. We're going to win, win, win. You're going to get so tired of winning. You're going to say, Mr. President, please, we don't want to win anymore. It's too much. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry. We're going to keep winning because we're going to make America great again. I love you. Thank you.
So let's make no mistake, guys. Between Trump's success here in Korea and a possible Nobel Peace Prize, and he's been fixing things at home like lowering taxes, securing borders, and draining the swamp in Washington, well, put all that together and I really don't see how Trump cannot win his re-election bid in 2020, coming up real soon. Hell, we've got midterm elections for the House and Senate coming up in just a few months. And I think the Republicans have a good chance to sweep those too. They will be harder and much different elections depending on the individual races and where they are, but I really think things are looking good for conservatives here. And they're looking good for America too. The last thing I'll mention is this article from Reuters, which confirms my claims here. According to Reuters, Democrats are losing grounds with millennials, which are soon to be the biggest voting bloc in America. Enthusiasm for the Democratic Party is waning among millennials as its candidates head into the crucial midterm congressional elections, according to Reuters and Ipsos National Opinion Poll. That's great to hear, and I really don't see why anyone would want to be a radical leftist in this day and age. But I do see why they're butthurt about us and Trump all the time. It's because we keep winning and winning. So despite their complaints, despite their lies and propaganda slung against us, the United States is on the right path to further success and victory, and maybe, hopefully, complete world and global domination, or even galactic domination. What do you guys think? Is this peace in Korea gonna last? And does Trump deserve credit for helping negotiations here? And should Trump win the Nobel Peace Prize? Comment your thoughts and everything below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time. one more thing. I want to give a special thanks to these amazing Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys went above and beyond the rest, and I love you so much for it. If anyone else wants to donate or join our Patreon crew, link in the description. Thanks again. For those who don't know, VPNs are virtual private networks that basically funnel your internet signature through Virtual Shield's secure servers. That way companies and the government can't track you and your internet information. And Virtual Shield added a new safety feature, which gives users the ability to block access to their device's cameras and microphones. That means no more spying on you, no more government listening into your convos. So I think it's pretty clear that your only real protection is using a world-class VPN service like Virtual Shield. That's why I highly recommend them. Thanks Virtual Shield for keeping my internet history private and secure.